So I am Divya Dikshit. I am basically a freelancer HR consultant and a soft skill trainer. I have worked in the industry for almost 15 years as a HR professional, and then I moved to working as a freelancer. Okay. I'm currently taking care of several companies as a consultant, and I'm associated with colleges and corporates as a trainer. Fine. I'm a soft skill trainer, and today, we will be talking about industry insights. Now, as I can see, we have more than 100 participants here today. So, let's make it a very mutual learning session rather than just one-sided. Since all of you are working in some of the other companies, industries, so you must be having lots of insights about yourself, right? About the industries around, what is happening. So let's talk rather than just look at the presentation. Okay, so I'm also here to learn from all of you. Maybe some technical glitches would come, but then again, let's get it off and start the session. Okay. So today, what we are talking about is understanding the current industry trends and the current job markets. Okay, fine. So industry trends have changed, I would say, tremendously in past few years, right? Like post-COVID, we have seen lots of. So here we were just talking about the industry dynamics. Okay. So now first, it is very important to stay ahead. Okay. Stay ahead in terms of being sustainable in this market. So sustainability is the biggest challenge that every industry and every individual is facing. So today here we are going to talk about two different things. One, we are going to talk about the industry, which will be talk about the entire industry as a whole. And second, what we are going to talk about is the job market. When we will be talking about job market, that will give you a picture about individual sustainability, how job market has become challenging. More or less, when we will talk, you will be understanding that it is one or the same thing. If industry upgrades itself, if industry is changing its dynamics, individual too needs to change and upgrade themselves to keep ahead in the time. So let's understand every point properly. Let's understand that we have to keep the pace with the growing market, with the changing market to sustain. So for all of us, this has become the biggest key. I can give you this with one example that very recently, like not just a few years have passed when COVID came, right? So many people, many companies rather, have undergone change in terms of, retrenching their staffs, asking their staffs to leave. So what do you think that has happened? Why these industries ask these people to leave? I understand money was one factor. They didn't have so much of business to pay them. But what was the other reason?
Automation.
Yes, it was automation is thing, but when we see things around us, when we really go and introspect, we come to know that it is the underperformers who were actually asked to leave. It was those who were just not ready to upgrade themselves, who had not learned the new skills of the century, were actually asked to leave. So when we are talking about industries, the same goes with the industry. If industry needs sustainability in the market, they have to keep upgrading themselves. One of the key factors that influence the success of any company is ability to understand and adapt to the industry dynamics, the changes which is happening around us. Here, somebody has spoken about automation. We have seen many companies coming up and perishing. It was just because they could not keep up the pace with the market. It was just because they could not upgrade. Let's understand all this point, in detail. These dynamics encompass the constant changes, trends, and challenges that shape the sector. Now, what this class is going to help you? This class is going to equip you with the valuable insights to thrive in this ever-changing business landscapes. Okay, so business landscapes are changing. What are the factors that is affecting this? Why we should change? What if we fail? What are the factors? We'll just learn about one every point, in detail. Okay. So let's begin with revealing the forces which is affecting the change in industry dynamics. What does this industry dynamics refers to? A continuous change and movement within a specific sector which influence its overall structure, which influences its performance, the growth trajectory. These dynamics are driven by various factors. So it is not just one area, one sector, one thing which needs upgradation, which needs changes. There are various factors. Some factors are directly connected with the market and some factors are indirectly connected with the market, indirectly connected with the company. But actually, we have to focus on all these things at the same time. Now, the first, which is evident and known to all, that is technological advancement. We have to develop ourselves technologically, using old apps, using old features, using old sets. This will make us old even when we are young. If we go today to the colleges, right, we see that students who are pursuing their studies are much technologically advanced than we, experienced guys with 10, 15, and 20 years in being in the market. So now this change, this gap needs to be fulfilled. We cannot have old set of things, conventional kind of practices still prevailing in the market. We have to change. So technological advancement is one. Second is regulatory changes. What is regulatory changes? All the changes which is related to the laws and bylaws given us by the society, our area regulators and all kind of people. Okay, so even that is changing. So we have to keep ourselves updated with the laws, rules, conditions which is around us. Okay, consumer behavior. What consumer wants, Now, if I have to ask you the difference between a customer and a consumer, can somebody just raise hand to say if somebody knows this? A difference between a customer and a consumer? A customer is somebody who buys our product. It can be anyone. But a consumer is somebody who actually uses it, endorses it. Okay? So customer buying can be different and consumer reactions, consumer behavior can be different. So we have to think from the perspective of the consumer, the real user of my product, the real user of my services. When we talk of a mobile phone, now when there are students, who buys phone for them? Their parents, but their parents are customers. And who are the consumers? The students, the children. So industry has to think from the perspective of the students. not the one who's buying. Market trends. What are the trends prevailing in the market? We cannot say, that old is still gold. Old things, old challenges, that has changed. Market has new trends. Competitive forces. Competition. Some competitions hits us directly. Some competition hits us indirectly. Again, we can take example of a mobile phone. There are certain mobile companies, along with some apps are completely free. With some mobile companies, we have to buy those apps to really enjoy it. So now, mobile companies are direct competitors. But these apps, these are our indirect competitors. And we have to take care all these things. When we talk about buying let's say a washing machine. Now, many times we have seen in the advertisement that this particular washing machine endorsed this particular detergent. Some people will buy that machine because they love this detergent. So washing machine itself, this industry, the industry of electrical equipment, the industry of washing machine is our direct competitor. But this detergent, which is not so big, still they become our indirect competitor. So there are lots of competitive forces which is prevailing in the market. Understanding these forces is vital for growth of the business. To make good decisions, to grab opportunities which is there in the market, and then also manage risks. Every business, every industry has some or the other risk which needs to be managed. So now in many organizations, they have a separate department which is called as risk management team. Maybe some of you are working in that team too and knows what all things needs to be managed. The importance of understanding industry dynamics. Why is it important? Definitely, growth is important. Definitely, the slide has not changed, no problem. Yeah, it has changed. So definitely growth is important, but more than growth, sustainability is important. In this competitive business environment, that sustainability in terms of maintaining the pace is crucial for survival and for success both. We can reach on top once, but to maintain that position, it is much more important. Comprehending the forces at play, business can proactively respond to the different factors mentioned here. Its market shifts, exploit emerging trends, and maintain a competitive edge. This is a slide which I have just added so that those people who just feel that what if I don't endorse this change? Whatever skills I have, that is enough for my survival. But then again, if we fail to understand this change, this development in the industry dynamics, we may miss several opportunities. I can give you an example of Byju's. Byju's was a great hit during the period of COVID. Then what happened? Nokia was a great hit. It was actually the market leader since it was launched in the market. Then what happened? Why these companies had to take a back seat? Why these companies had to perish from the market for some time? Because they did not evolve themselves. They continued with the same old strategies, with the same old market understanding without taking a shift. So if we fail, we will miss the opportunities and someone else is going to easily surpass us. Therefore, organizations that prioritize understanding and adapting to industry dynamics are more likely to flourish. We have spoken about the key factor that is shaping industry dynamics. I really want to talk about it one by one. So it is technological advancement. Technological advancement such as artificial intelligence, such as blockchain, IoT, and definitely cloud computing. Okay. These things have revolutionized various sectors, disrupting traditional business models and creating new opportunities. So now there is another problem which is rising in the market, that if the technology gets so advanced, what is going to happen to the human brain? Probably there will be less of people required in the system and the system will work itself. Let's understand. If systems are working, then definitely the productivity will be higher. When productivity will be higher, market will have more supply of products and services. Now, to sell these products and services in the market, we need people. We just can't sell it through the technology. So those people who are really scared with this advancement should always understand that it is more about upgrading yourself. It is more about adjusting yourself. It is more about adapting yourself with the new normal, with the new. Embracing and leveraging these advancements is crucial for companies to stay competitive and relevant. Okay, we have spoken about few companies. If they don't advance themselves in terms of technology, they will be, it will be very difficult for them to survive in the market and they have to perish. Regulatory changes. Regulatory frameworks imposed by government regulatory bodies can significantly impact industry dynamics. Now, why these regulations are required? So now there has to be certain law, there has to be certain policies, certain compliances that all the industries, all the companies should be abided with. Otherwise, there will be lots of chaos in the market. Everyone will do what they want to do. If there is no proper regulation, then there will be nobody to control the leakage which is going to happen in this business. So businesses must closely monitor and adapt to all the regulatory changes so that the compliances which is prepared by the government should be met properly, and the risk, any kind of risk, should be mitigated. These regulatory changes shapes market conditions, altered landscapes, and also regulates consumer behavior. Everybody's life, discipline is the key. Discipline is always guided by some or the other terms and conditions. So when we are disciplined in the market, it is good for all of us. Consumers also want disciplined companies to buy from. Consumer behavior Consumer behavior is very important to understand because the purchasing pattern is vital for businesses. What people want to buy, what people are just not liking in the market, what people tend to overlook. This is important because every minute a new transformation is happening. Transformation is happening, but new technologies are coming. Every minute, new things are getting launched. Consumers are changing their buying pattern accordingly. Socio-cultural factors, technological advancement, and economic conditions. If the market is booming, definitely buying or maybe the purchasing power of people are also increasing. In India, it is very difficult to understand the markets, right? Whenever there are festivals or whenever there are certain important days, the roads are all filled with people to buy goods, buy things. But then at the same time, we are talking that there are less of jobs, there the country is not booming, and there are lots of manufacturing problem which is happening in the country. So why do you think is this happening? Can somebody just answer this question? Please raise your hand if you know. Okay. So here, imports are high and exports are low. Somebody wants to answer?
Can you repeat the question once?
Well, the question is, the market is flooded with people. So we can see lots of rise in the buying pattern. But still we say that India is lacking in its manufacturing. India doesn't have good job market. And also, the poverty is still lying. Then why these two controversial statements are there in the market today?
Uh, because of the purchasing power.
Yes, but we can see market flooded with people. Buying is happening. You name a product that which is not getting sold in the market.
I guess India is lacking in the
It may be because
their import is more higher than the imports. Oh, sorry.
And maybe due to inflation.
Yeah. So that is one biggest factor. It's always a factor in this. But then again, the more important is still imports are higher and exports are low. When imports are
Exactly.
higher, so we are importing goods from different countries, specifically from China. Chinese goods are low quality but low priced goods. When we compare this with the manufacturing that is happening in our country, manufacturing cost is higher, labor cost, just a second. Labor cost, when we compare with China, is higher, because of which we are still facing lots of problems. So now the government has to understand this dynamics and has to put more regulations, more ban on imports, and should focus on exports. Okay. So again, this is a change in the dynamics which our government has to understand. And I don't know how this is going to happen. So consumer behavior is very important. Economic conditions, definitely. So when we are growing, our children are growing ourselves. So our purchasing power is equal to that of our younger today, right? There is a paradigm shift in terms of mindset as well. It was a time when people used to invest more on the non-movable properties, like more on property, buying cars, buying flats, buying, any investing. But this new generation thinks more about disposable income. They love they love a life on installment rather than living in poverty. So again, this is a socio-cultural factor, a change in consumer behavior. So industry also has to adapt itself accordingly. The product that they require should be available to people. And if it is not available at the right time, the consumers are going to shift. The right product needs to be available for the market, not just any other product. Exactly what the consumers wants. So that is what is mentioned here. Companies needs to tailor their products and services and prepare their market strategies to meet evolving customer demands. Competitive forces, we have spoken, pricing, product differentiation, marketing campaigns like advertisements, customer engagement with the product. Everything is important. Now, it is a very old marketing tricks. I learned it long back, but I still want to, say this once again. Why do you think in the advertisement of toothpaste, generally we can see children, young children? Or these days we can see lots of youngsters, What is the reason? Does small children go and buy toothpaste? These youngsters does, yeah, and they have a valid reason for it, right? But showing such a kind of
There,
ad is, yeah. Kaushiki wants to say something. Kaushiki, can you just speak up? Okay, so might be
Yeah, Vishal here.
somebody has raised hand, Priyanka. Can you just allow them to talk? Yeah.
Yeah, Vishal here.
Yes, Vishal.
So as we know, in the India, we have 65% of youth. So maybe that reason they have chosen the youth to capture
So
the youth market.
that's definitely one reason. Okay. And there are certain products at home, which youth and the children decides. If we can see the dynamic which is there in our houses, generally there are certain products which is chosen by the youngsters. So it is
actually,
important.
children actually pursues you to buy things.
Yeah,
Actually, the children's mindset pursues you to buy things.
exactly. That is what. So because of which now these companies tries to create an engagement with them. So
And
pricing
can I?
is important. Yeah, please say.
Yeah, maybe the many products and services are aimed to young people, so that's the reason in featuring them to add in the ads.
Yeah, see. Now there are certain reasons why some people, which who is chosen for this ad, right? So specifically, they have to segment, right? Which product is meant for which market. So choosing the right market is equally important as choosing the right campaign. When you choose the right campaign, only then you can engage with the right customer. Okay. Next, significantly, all these things impacts the market share, customer loyalty, and overall industry dynamics. So when companies take care of their pricing, when the companies take care in the development of their product, but still there is some differentiating factor from the other, like my product is best and compared to them. When advertisement is connecting and engaging, definitely these product will have more loyal customers. Their market share will increase and will affect the overall industry dynamics, right? Why? Because there will be more competition in the market. Everybody will try to surpass others on all these factors. So everybody will always try to advance themselves, to increase their market share. Okay, so competitive forces are always good and always takes us towards positivity, positive changes, right? Last is market trends. Now, for us, it is very important to understand the market trend, which is shifting every minute. Monitoring and capitalizing on emerging market trend is crucial for businesses to stay relevant and meet the new customer expectations. You know, we can always see upgrades, upgrades in the various apps that we use. Why do you think these upgradations are happening always? WhatsApp always upgrades itself. Twitter always upgrades itself, its features, its look, and various other things. Why do you think it happens? Because people frequently get bored of old things. So again, to shape this industry, market trends needs to be captured, needs to be monitored, and accordingly develop. Whether it is shifting consumer preferences, whether it is about evolving new technologies or changing industry standards. Companies must stay proactive and adapt their strategies according to leverage their trends for business growth. So the term here is proactiveness. We can't be reactive. We can't wait for somebody else coming into the market and winning it. Industries has to be proactive. They have to anticipate the requirement of the market. They have to anticipate the changes which consumer preferences is going to bring. And based on that, they have to quickly bring new things. Okay, so market trends shapes industry dynamics. Fine. Let's move on to the next topic, which is talking about emerging trends in industry dynamics. As technology advances and markets evolve, new trends continue to shape industry dynamics. Let's explore some of the emerging trends that are redefining the sectors. I will not explain each one of them because we have already spoken. If anything that you really want to ask, you can just raise your hand. So what are the new trends in the market? So digital transformation, we all know, very important. Sustainability and ESG, remote work and virtual collaborations, personalization and customization, AI and automation. Let's see all of them one by one. So digital transformation is revolutionizing industries across the channel. So we cannot stay away from digitalizing our businesses anymore. Every product which is present in the market has to be available online somewhere or the other. Every product which has a market campaign offline needs to have a campaign online. So this digital transformation is very important. From automation and artificial intelligence to e-commerce, data analytics, organizations are leveraging digital technologies to enhance their efficiencies, improve customer experiences, and drive innovation. Okay, so digital transformation is leveraging all these three factors. Embracing digital transformation is crucial to stay competitive in today's digital age. So all of us, in fact, if I am the product, I need to digitalize myself. If you have a product that needs to be digitally present somewhere or the other. So this digital imprint is very important in this new dynamics. Remote work and virtual collaboration. Now, as we have spoken about this in the beginning, that what has changed since COVID, and that is flexibility in terms of space of working. Flexibility in terms of working both from the office and from home. Still, when we really go back to the market and see, there are certain companies who have adapted themselves to this remote working, but still there are certain companies who have not yet or who are not yet ready to provide this flexibility to their people. So what is going to happen? Are they going to face some challenges in the market? I really want at least one of you to answer this question. If they don't adopt this flexibility, what challenges are they going to face? Anyone, just one person.
Good evening, ma'am.
They are going to fire from the system.
Who is going to be fired? The employees.
Yes, yes. Who is not adapting the new things?
Yeah, so I am here talking from the perspective of the companies. Okay, if they don't adopt this remote work
Hello,
system.
ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted
Tell
to
me.
say that.
And the company
From the company, reach is not going to the exact market focus.
Okay, fine. So let me tell you. Okay, if the companies doesn't allow flexibility, what they will lack is the competitive manpower. Ultimately, the work has to be done by people. It's people who create differences in the market. It's people who create differences in the services. And if they are not happy, it is clearly mentioned in the slide that worldwide, we can see this paradigm shift in change in working models, in change in virtual collaboration platforms. So if companies don't adopt such kind of culture, they will also not be able to survive or sustain with good quality of people. And if they don't have good quality of people, definitely their productivity, their market value, and rest of the things will go down. So this is again something new which has to be adopted, and those who have not needs to do it ASAP. Here again today, what are we doing? It's a virtual collaboration. We both professionals are meeting online. So nothing can stop us from learning, even if we cannot meet in person. This kind of adjustment, it's saving lots of time, because we don't have to travel. Also, we are
is
sitting
cost.
at the edge of our home and attending lectures, learning things from each other. So that traditional setup is not going to help anymore. So this remote working, work from home is something which is new, needs to be adopted, and is going to create a big change. It's going to create a big model in the industry dynamics. Personalization and customization. In an era of information overload, consumers increasingly seek personalized experiences. We are also consumers sometimes, right? Think from your own perspective. What are we requiring now? You have enrolled yourself into a program because you want to learn, because you want to upgrade yourself, but you need personalization. The classes should happen according to my availability so that I can attend and get satisfied. I can be more informed. And again, customization is important. The old syllabus is not going to help me. I need something which is prevailing in the market currently. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting personalized experiences. Every organization have to think from the perspective of giving personal experiences to people to keep everyone happy. From personalized marketing campaigns to customized products and services, all those businesses which can tailor their offerings to individual preferences gain competitive edge. So it has become a significant driver in the industry dynamics. And companies are striving hard to meet the unique needs and demands of their target audiences. So audiences have different demands. And every industry, every company, are trying their hard to fulfill that need, to bridge the gap which is still there between them and the customer and the audience. So for every product, every services, personalization is a key. Many of you must be selling some kind of services or the product. If you can understand that if you give a personalized touch to the customer, if you can make them feel why it is important for them, definitely your selling becomes easier. So this is an important driver which is changing the look of the industry. Artificial intelligence and automation. We all understand this. AI and automation. Technologies are upgrading itself. It is helping us in streamlining processes, enhancing efficiency, and also unlocking new possibilities. When there are more of paperwork in the office, when there are more of manual intervention, definitely errors are bound to happen. It is also time taking. But since AI has come, since automation has come, for market, it has become easier to streamline its processes. This has made them more efficient, and this has given them more opportunities in terms of creativity and innovation. From chatbots and robotic processes, automation to predictive analysis and machine learning, AI-driven solutions are driving industry dynamics. Fine. This is helping, the data that we gather helps us in making right and good decisions. Again, the data that we receive helps us in providing personalized experiences to the customers. But we as a human should never forget that this AI, this automation is also crippling people. To some extent, we are so much dependent on this AI that we just don't want to use our real brains. So let's understand, people. You have created this AI. Let's not this AI create you. Everywhere, use your brains. Even if it has come from some AI, because today, I can see many people, they want to find all their solutions. Google has become outdated. So they want to find all their solutions on Gemini, ChatGPT, and so many other AI-driven solutions. But without human interference, without human brain, nothing will work as expected. So again, let me repeat, before we use the AI extensively, always remember, we have created them. Don't give them a chance to create you. Okay? So keep power in your hands. Use your creativity, use your innovative power to think new things, and then apply with the help of AI and automation. Okay? Did you get it? Fine. With this, we move to our next topic, which is about embracing change. Strategies for adapting to industry dynamics. How can we adapt ourselves? हम खुद को कैसे क्या करना होगा? What are we supposed to do to adapt ourselves to these new dynamics? How can we really endorse this change? There are some factors which is mentioned here. How? Continuous learning and adaptation. Upskilling is very, very important. We just cannot sit on the corner seat of an office along with a laptop, work and feel that growth will come to me itself. No. The growth will come if we move around. Move around in terms of not just physically only moving around. It's like move around in terms of knowing what is new things around us. What are the new skills with the help of which I can upgrade myself and I can upgrade my power of creativity. So continuous learning. Adaptation is equally important. We have seen many people that they are not ready to change themselves with the changing dynamics because there is some kind of insecurity. There is some kind of fear. Come out of this fear. Adapt yourself with a new change. And that will be easier for you to survive in this market. Collaborative partnerships. Collaboration is the key. We just can't run alone. We just can't survive alone. We have to have collaborations so that together we win. There is no single point which says win or lose. It is always either win-win, lose-lose, or win-lose. So there always had been a demand of two together or many together. So collaborations with the right partners is very important. So industry has to understand, with whom should I partner? If we talk about a company, Dell Dell makes systems, the hardware. Microsoft makes the software. Microsoft has recently been sold. Any idea who bought it? Somebody who can answer? Okay, fine. So let's, yes, Vaibhav.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Good. So keep yourself updated, guys. You just can't sit behind and always wait for Google to answer. So this is what we are talking about, upgradation. Fine. Agile decision making. Quick decision making is important. We cannot sit back and relax and check the consumers, giving their perceptions over it or giving their reactions over it and then take an action. No. Proactiveness is important. So we have to make quick movement decisions so that we can upgrade at the right time. Data-driven insights. Everyone, wherever you go, in some form, data is being collected. Whenever we try to hide ourselves, it is not possible. Somebody on Priyanka, can you just mute it? Yeah. Priyanka, can you
Yes. Just a minute.
yeah, please. Fine. So data driven. So data is very important, and the insights that we receive from this data collected is something which gives us the new strategies for our products in the market. And again, customer-centric approach. Understanding the customer and understanding their behavior, accordingly, keeping ourselves transforming, changing, tailoring our product as per their preferences, as per their requirement. This is how we can embrace this change. Adopting a culture of continuous learning is important for adaptation. By constantly evolving and adapting, business can position themselves as industry leaders. Collaborative partnerships. So collaborative with the collaboration with the right kind of people, with the right kind of business, which is required by my customers. This collaboration helps me with additional resources. This collaboration helps me with the exact expertise that I am looking at. And probably if I go and hire this expertise, maybe a person or a system, that will cost me more. But if I just make a collaboration, probably I can get the same thing at a much lower price. Access to new markets. So collaboration helps us delving into new market, which alone we cannot. By forging alliances, joint ventures and partnerships, companies can leverage synergies, pool resources and navigate industry dynamics collectively. Agile decision making, that is quick decision making. Rapidly changing business environment, the decision has to be taken quickly, and this decision is based on the data that they have received from different sources. So again, data is very important when we have to make certain decisions. By adopting agile methodologies and decision-making frameworks, organizations can respond quickly to emerging opportunities or threats. If we know the threats in advance, Maybe with a quick decision, we can change the worst which can happen, right? So here, again, there are certain factors which is involved in this decision making. Decentralizing decision making processes. If still conventional, a traditional method that only the CEO members, only the management needs to take the decision. If we do utilize, if pass on their thinking to the people, so to some extent, then we will be waste of time. Empowering employees, making people more empowered in terms of sharing their ideas, in terms of sharing their creativity, in terms of taking decision themselves on the spot wherever it is required. So again, this empowering is directly related to decentralization of decision making. Okay, so you can just raise your hand and give me the answer. So how many of you are a fan of a cricket? I mean, a fan of cricket? Because I'm a big fan. And that is the only example which I can, get from this here. Yeah, so there must be lots of people. So now, what these people do? Now they collect data of the people that they really want to, that they really have to face. They see their playing habits. They watch their different styles. And based on that, they prepare their own strategy. Similarly, when we talk about data analytics, when we talk about market intelligence tools, all these things gives us very important information about the industry. What is really important in the market? What is going on? By analyzing this data, we understand the real trend. We understand the different change in the competitive landscapes. We can make more valuable decisions. We can have better growth opportunities. The strategies that we prepare will be focused on the growth and focused on the demand of the market. Customer-centric approach. Again, we have spoken about this. We have to take decisions based on the consumer behavior, based on the requirement of the people, what they need. We have to customize our offerings. We cannot just prepare a product and give it to the customer that this is what I have. No. I need a platter of products so that I can meet different demands of different customers. With such kind of approach, the customer experiences will increase. And when we have satisfied customers, definitely their loyalty towards the brand increases. Innovation and experimentation. So as we have spoken, creativity and innovation is very important. All the creativity must be rewarded, whether we actually imply or don't. So that we are actually promoting a culture of innovation. We are promoting a culture of creativity. Innovation is only master key to stay ahead in this competitive market, to capitalize ourselves on this emerging trends. With this, we come to the conclusion. So I just want some of you to conclude from what we have studied till now. What have we learned today when we are talking about industry dynamics? Can somebody just raise your hand? Priyanka will unmute and let you speak. Rajneesh Bhatt. Can you please allow Rajneesh Bhatt to speak, Priyanka?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Rajneesh, can you talk? Okay, I think Rajneesh is not talking. Can you allow somebody else who has raised the hand? Don't mute me, guys, please. Anybody, just I want to understand, what have you understood today? Have you learned something or you have not?
And basically how to sustain yourself in today era industry.
Yeah. So here we were talking about how industries needs to sustain themselves. How data-driven things are important. How market-driven things are important. How understanding consumer behavior is important. Yes. Somebody wants to add something?
I guess
Actually, who
we
want
saw.
to talk, they can unmute themselves.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
the
I was thinking like,
Yes, yes.
yeah, tell me. Unmute yourself and talk, please.
yeah, so in this session we saw how industry should evaluate themselves, like giving work from home since past COVID-19, and how individuals, apart from their educational qualification, how it is necessary to upgrade themselves in the career path.
Okay. So that is what? What is your name?
Arti.
Aarti. Aarti. So here you have to focus. Till now, we were only talking about the industry dynamics. Okay. Not the individual dynamics. We will talk about individual dynamics now. So the conclusion here is that first, it is important for the companies, the industries to evolve themselves, keep themselves ahead with the challenges of the market to sustain. If you sustain, only then you can see growth. If you don't survive, if you perish because of your old tricks, because of your old decisions, because of your conventional styles, the entire market has to perish. We have to keep ourselves updated with the new market trends. Okay? With this, I'll proceed to job market of 2024. I want to give you some real insights about the job market. Many of us are facing problems in the jobs. Maybe we are not liking the place, we are not liking people, we are not liking companies. There are dearth of jobs these days in the market. So what needs to be done? So before that, let's understand this job landscape. First, there is a shift. The shift from full-time employment to full-time work from office to remote working, contract jobs, gig jobs, which is now reshaping this business, reshaping this industry. How? There are many people. Now here again, the point of collaboration comes into picture. So everything happening around us, If I own a business, right, and I have to create a website, what should I do? Should I hire a software developer who can create a website for me? Or should I simply go somebody and, give this as a contract to somebody, outsource this work? Definitely, we will love to outsource because this will save our cost of hiring that person. So contractual kind of jobs have increased. Gig jobs. What are gig jobs? Who are gig workers? Now, gig worker is somebody who themselves go out and search for new jobs. Again, this gig job is shaping this business landscape, is reshaping the entire job market. Why? Because rather than hiring somebody
Hello.
full time,
Hello. Hello. Hello.
yes,
Hello. What is mean by gig job?
yeah, that is what. So gig jobs are basically small work, small work which can be taken for a short period of time, maybe 1 hour, maybe 1 week, maybe 1 month. And gig job is something which is small and completely it is dependent on an individual to accept it
Like
or not accept.
freelancing.
Yeah,
It's like freelancing.
exactly. Gig jobs is nothing but freelancing. Complete flexibility of choosing your work, your employer, and for a stipulated period of time, not completely working under somebody. So not just
Hello, ma'am.
is actually taking over many new jobs, many new fixed job in the market. So this is changing this business landscape. Post-pandemic, organizations are taking the opportunity to reset their people strategy to intentionally build more sustainable, inspiring, and less exhausting work models. Okay, so this is what we are talking about. Good organizations who believes in taking quick decisions and those organizations which take care of their people. In 2000,
Hello, Divya ma'am. Am I
yeah,
audible? Divya ma'am, I have a question. Um, that how the university is going to help us out with the placement thing. I mean, like, will there going to be the coordination that some student portal team will going to take care of, and how we will going to approach the companies that can come up with the reference of our university. So how it will going to happen? Like, can you explain this process a little bit?
no. So I am not the right person to ask this question, and this is not the right platform as well. Today we are conducting a session, and the session is specifically for you to understand the market dynamics, to understand the job dynamics, to understand the individual
Sides
dynamics.
of
Okay. So maybe your placement coordinator or somebody from your college can help you into this question. Okay.
Yes, actually, Ankit, I will. You can contact me, so I will resolve your queries. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, ma'am, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is what Ankit
Hello,
has been
Priyanka.
doing.
Priyanka, ma'am, can you hear?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you.
Uh,
Tell me.
okay, Priyanka. So I this meeting was forwarded by one of my friend. So have you made any personalized group for the placements and for the next meeting?
Actually, this is not right time to talk about this topic. So you can
Okay.
contact me tomorrow. So we will discuss. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll contact you personally. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So shall I continue?
Yes. Yes, Divya. Please
Right.
continue.
Thank you. Fine. So this is what we have been talking right now. The challenges which is being faced by Indian job market. So unemployment rates are really high. Everyone is suffering from the problem of placements. But why this is happening? This is very important to know. Know yourself, guys. Introspect. Now, this is something which I'm telling you from the personal view because this is what I do. So introspect yourself and find out if you are unemployed, why? What is there that is there in the market and you have there in terms of gap? Which skills are required and you have still not acquired it? So now fulfill that gap so that your maybe placement opportunities increases. So the problems that Indian job market facing is first is definitely high unemployment rate, but second important and most important thing is the skill gap. There are lots of jobs available in the market, but many companies are unable to hire people because there is gap in the skills that they are expecting and actually what individuals are presenting. Know this gap, fulfill this, and your problem of placement will go down. Lack of quality jobs. Now, there are some mundane jobs, or maybe I can say there are some low quality jobs, although they are paying high, but the quality of that work is not so adequate, because of which many people are just refraining from doing it. Again, it is just a
Hello,
suggestion.
hello,
It is
ma'am.
up to
Hello.
you whether you want to take it or you don't want to take it, but every job gives me some kind of learning and some kind of experience. So even if you feel that it is a low quality job and you have nothing in hand, just go for it. You can always end up learning and experiencing something new. Need for better infrastructure in terms of infrastructure of the job market, not the normal infrastructure. And we need better labor laws to support job creation. Because if we look at the current budget as well, it says that lot many new jobs will be created in the market. But then at the same time, in reality, we are not getting so many jobs on board. So job creation depends on various factors. What are those factors? Let's understand that also. The factors are economic growth, demographic dividend, skill development, urbanization, outsourcing, and globalization. Which industry will grow in 2024? Now, this is something which is giving you information. This is something which is where I have nothing to explain, but I have just brought this for you so that you understand which are the areas where you can upgrade your skills and you can try for your placement opportunities. Okay? The industry is going to grow in 2024 and beyond will be healthcare and insurance sector, renewable energy, IT field, FMCG, infrastructure, and EV, electrical vehicles. Just a query, guys. There, how many jobs this IT sector provides every year? IT sector itself is able to provide more than 6 lakh jobs in a year. Okay, this is a sector which has been growing since decade and it is still growing. Know these industries, upgrade your skills accordingly. Top 5 growing sector in India: e-commerce and retail, information
IT
technology.
sector of employment, I guess, in India.
Yeah.
IT sector holds 36% of employment share in India, I guess, as per the reports previously.
Yeah. So 36% of what?
Ma'am, overall placements, overall employment in India.
Yeah. So this 36% accumulates to more than 6 lakhs jobs in the market, which alone IT sector can do. So this is just being told so that now this year we are talking about several growing sectors. So now fintech, renewable energy, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, e-commerce, IT, all these sectors are growing. So you can upgrade your skills so that you also get into these sectors. You also can work into these sectors. So what is required is upgrading your skills. Which is the richest sector in India? Can anyone just guess? But I have made it very clear with the picture that is
Pharma.
shown. Yeah.
Healthcare and life.
Pharma.
So
Pharma.
the sector in India is pharmaceutical sector. This sector is accounting for highest number of richest entrepreneurs, Indian entrepreneurs, as per the survey conducted in 2023. Now was the richest person in this country in pharmaceutical sector. And then this is followed by chemicals, petrochemicals, and other rich individuals. So pharma sector, when it is richest sector, what does it mean? That it can accommodate lots of people into it. Upgrade your skills for that. Prepare yourself to get into this sector. We have just seen a budget few days back. Lots of reactions could be seen, right? Somebody says it is good, someone says it is not good. Let's focus on what is good. What is the point on talking that it is not good and creating a tension for us? The budget is being prepared, not keeping only few bunch of people, communities in mind, but then it is created to consider the entire country from the growth perspective. So after this budget, manufacturing sector is going to boom. Infrastructure, already it is booming in our country and it is boom even more. MSME, mortgage credit and consumption companies. These sectors will definitely benefit, and the measures outlined as per the measures outlined in this budget. So broaden your perspective, guys. Those who have not yet read this budget properly, take this as an assignment for the day. Go back, read every perspective of this budget and prepare what is in it for me, what this budget is going to give me. How can I prepare myself? The highest paying jobs in India. It is not just the highest paying jobs, but it is also the number. The most number of jobs are available in these sectors. It's data engineer, it's IT manager, cyber security, business analyst, product manager, machine learning engineer, management consultants, cloud architect, medical practitioners, and chartered accountants. If we just look at it, we can understand that most of the jobs are being produced in the IT sector. So if you are really keen, upgrade your skills accordingly. Will
Hello,
jobs in
hello, ma'am.
yeah.
Hello. I want to find out like specifically for those in IT, especially those in DCA.
I,
What advice would you give us in terms of our upgrade? What should
I
we
cannot hear
do
you
to?
properly.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, I was saying that. What advice can you give us that for us who are doing like DCA part of IT, I know, but DCA specifically,
Can you just write in the chat box?
how do
I'll
we try?
reply. Don't mute me, guys. Okay. Please ask your question in the chat box and I'll reply because I cannot hear you properly. I'm so sorry. Will jobs increase in 2024? Yes. So year on year, we can see the job postings, like, when we see different portals like Indeed, Naukri.com, and the new apna.co.in has come, right? If you are aware, apna.co.in is started by the government. Many new job postings are happening there, and it is equivalent to that of Naukri.com. Go search your jobs even there. So in the first 4 months of 2024, we can see that job postings has increased by 31%. So definitely there are jobs in the market. Well, the areas I have mentioned here, it is e-commerce, it is BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance, and hospitality. Okay. So what you have to do, you just have to upgrade your skills. Now, many of you feel BFSI sector generally requires salespeople. I don't want to do that. E-commerce and hospitality has a very restricted or reserved criteria. I don't fit into it. So what is left for me? So it is not something that increment or availability of job is limited to these sectors, but this is just few sectors which I have quoted, which is increasingly becoming bigger in the market. Their creation of job, the market share of creation of job is bigger by these companies compared to other companies. Okay. So what is the conclusion? India's resilient growth is projected at 6.2% in 2024 by the United Nations. So definitely it is slow, but we are growing. All sectors are set for growth because they are backed by strong financial sector, and the monetary policies that the government is regulating is supporting this industry. Overall, 2024 is expected to balance inflation and economic expansion, fostering improved growth sentiments. The commitment is hiring is driven by economic expansion, regulatory shift, and technological progress. So now, yes, guys, I understand. Challenges are there. There are lots of challenges prevailing in the market, which is resisting you from getting the good quality job that you are expecting for yourself. But the crux is opportunities are lying out there. I know the right channel, how to hit them. I know the right skills, which is required to conquer them. I should know the right platform, how I can get through them. Organizations need to adapt to the evolving dynamics, leveraging technological progress and regulatory shifts to contribute to India's economic expansion and job market momentum. Okay, with this, I conclude